Right, year 7, the next one we're going to be having a look at is we're going to be having a look at this cactus texture, and again we're going to be drawing this in our next finger along. Okay, so what we are going to have to do first for this is we are going to have to plot out these little lines, these twists, these curves that we see in the cactus itself. Okay, and again we're going to change the outside shape of our finger to fit in with it a little bit. So at the top here I see a line curving to the top of the finger up here. It's almost like a little triangular shape, so that's the thing that I'm going to draw first, curving into the top up there just lightly with my pencil. And then we've got another one that comes right from the bottom and again joins up there at that point in the finger. So I'm going to come from that point in the finger and I'm going to bring it all the way down here to the bottom in that twist. And then it starts getting a bit complicated because we've got a line of light that goes up in the middle and then another line of dark that goes down. Okay, so the first one I'm going to draw is this one here that goes down. So I'm going to try and space it out so I do have enough line space in the middle to create the lighter area. So there's that line twisting down there, and it sort of does twist because it comes out here and sort of arches back, and then very lightly to show where that lighter line would be running up the middle of that, I'm just going to break my line up into that almost little dashes. And then we've got another section over here which again we've got this that comes off to the side. So again just going to sketch that in where that comes off over to the side of the finger over there. Okay, and then that's enough detail sketched in for me to be able to go in and now start shading this little finger that we've got here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this section at the top. So we've got a sort of nice dark tone up here, so I'm going to push quite hard with my pencil to create that dark tone, and I'm shading in the direction of that shape, so I'm shading downward. So then we start to fade out to a medium tone, and that medium tone sort of continues down the side of the finger there. And it gets a bit lighter towards the bottom, but I'm just going to make sure it all blends in nicely. And then I'm just going to go and pick out this line a little bit darker so we can see the difference between that one and the next one. So then the next part I'm going to shade is this part here, this dark line that runs down here. So again, we've got a bit of dark tone up at the top there, and then it gets even darker as we go down this line. So I'm going to create that dark line, pushing really hard with my pencil down there. And then we've got all this shading that's sort of medium down here and a lot darker up here. So I'm going to come from that dark area and create that bit of shading. And again, I said it comes medium down here, so that's exactly what I'm doing with it. And then it sort of fades out at the bottom into this whole section where this is all lighter over this side. So you can see I'm just working black in, shading in one direction, blending it all together so it comes together quite nicely. And then I need to shade up, but we've got these little marks coming across to think about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade, leave a little white gap, shade again, and then again I'm going to leave a little white gap, shade again, make a mark, leave a little white gap. So I'm sort of creating some of those marks that we see here, and I'm also putting little darker marks in either side of that, because that's sort of what happens there. It almost looks like the little white sections are outlined a little bit. Right, and then so come up, there's another one there, but they're a little bit further spaced out until we get up to this bit at the top where we join it back together. Okay, so then I'm going to go on to the next one now. So we've got a sort of medium and darkish tone down here, going up lighter, and then back towards the top we're blending in this dark tone again up here to match this sort of tone that we've made here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the darker areas coming out. I'm just going to make sure that that line in the middle does stay dark. And then come down to the bottom here. And blending that out to a lighter tone towards the middle. And then I'm going to come in from the other side. So again, we've got another dark mark down here along this line. So I'm going to blend that out. And again, that comes up lighter in the middle here. So I'm almost going to leave like a little white gap in the middle where we made that dashed line, just to make it look like that part is coming up and reaching towards us. Finish off shading that little bit in there up the middle. And then what we can see here is that we have some little darker marks coming from those areas that are like the little spines and the little spikes. So at this stage, I'm just going to go across, start poking some of those in. Using our knowledge of mark making just to add some of those little areas, and then you can see how it sort of leaves this white bit in between that looks like those white highlights that we can see poking through as well. And there does also seem to be that little dash of a straight line running through that as well, so I'm just going to add those in. Just making the lines flick out a little bit. Follow all the way up in little parts like that, and we have some of those down this side that I haven't added yet either, so go in, do the same thing along that edge, making those all poke and spike out. Okay, and then you can see how we go on again, darker, lighter, medium, sort of darkish tone, and then lighter again this side. Okay, so I'm going to let you have a go at that yourself now. Okay, so have a go making your cactus finger.